Hi there, a very warm welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we are going to learn about how to enable the geolocation if it is switched off, right? So for that, we will be using a plugin which I'm going to show you right now. Before jumping into this particular video, I'm going to just discuss one thing, that there is a limited period coupon that is being launched again for my Ionic course, and you can find the link in the description. Go and check it out if you haven't enrolled in that. So with that being said, let's dive into this video right now. So in this lecture, we are starting from Uber Eats application episode 8. We are continuing from episode 8. Now this is episode 9, where we are going to work with our enable location. So how we can do that, we will see all of it. But before that, we need to log into our system, as I have logged out, and I found a problem out here. What is that problem? Well, out here, if I click on let's start, it is not working. And I think that is not working because, let me just see in the intro screen out here. Let me go to the HTML. Alright, let's start. We have the click event and everything out here, but I think the problem is with the transformation out here. So instead of transform, let me do one thing. I'll simply comment it up, and instead of that, what am I going to have? I'm going to have margin top of 80 VH. It's gonna be the same thing, only giving a margin top. Let's see, I think it should work. Alright, now it is reloaded. Let's check it again. So I'll just swipe it and hit on let's start. It is working now. So now the problem is solved, and out here I'll simply go for the login part. You log in with your own credentials. I think I'll be logged in now. Yes, everything is correct. Now enable location. Well, last time I told you that we need to click on that and we need to pass some functionality to open our enable location. Now for enabling it up, what am I going to do? Well, we are going to use some plugins for that. We already have our geolocation where we can request permission and other stuff. So we don't need anything for accessing the permissions, right? We just need a plugin who can enable the location when it is off. So for that, there is a plugin which is named as location accuracy. We are going to use that up. So let me open up the browser. Now in the browser, I'm going to search for location accuracy in my Ionic framework docs. I'll go to the native one. Now in the native, I'm going to search for, let me just directly search for location accuracy. Here we go. This is the one. Click on it. It's going to open up. Now out here, at first we need to install, so we are using Capacitor, so I'll install it directly for the Capacitor one. If you're using Cordova, you can go for the Cordova one. Let me copy it up, and out here I'll open another node, PowerShell, and paste it directly, and it's going to install that up. Meanwhile, I'll copy the other one, copy it up, and wait for it to finish. Alright, this is done. Let me paste the second command and hit enter. After that will be done, the third command is Ionic Cap Sync, and for that to run, we need to run Ionic build if you haven't run that, because we need the www folder before running this up. Now this is also done. I will just have Ionic build command to run first to get the www folder. I think I don't have that, or I think I already have that, so I could have skipped that, but still I'll go for it. And meanwhile, I'll get out of the intro page and we will move to the home page. Okay, so our Ionic build is properly done. Now I'll simply sync it up using the command Ionic Cap Sync. Do we have the Android one out here? I have it. If you don't have, you can simply run the command Ionic Cap add Android. Well, if you run this command, the Android folder will come up. Okay, I already have that, so I won't run it again. Instead of that, I will run Ionic Cap Sync Android. If you are running in iOS, then you can simply pass Ionic Cap Sync iOS. Or if you want to sync for Android and iOS both, then you can simply run Ionic Cap Sync. I'll hit enter. Even you can use the command Ionic Cap copy Android, but there is a slight problem. And in fact, I won't do it right now. Wait, I need some other things at first, then I'll sync it. Well, I was talking about the copy. Well, if you copy it up and if you have given some permissions in your Android manifest or somewhere else, then it might get refreshed and it will go away. So that is the problem with copy Android. That is why I think you should use sync Android. That's gonna be fine for you. Now, at first, before starting all of it, I'll go out here and we need some permissions also to go ahead with that. Let me just go to geolocation. I think we haven't given it as of now. I'll go to capacitorjs.com/doc and out here to the plugin section. official plugins. I'll look for geolocation. In the geolocation, well, we have already done the installation part. Now this is the permission that we need to provide in the info.plist for the iOS. If you're using iOS, you have to provide this particular thing. And in the description, well, you can pass any string that you want. Alright, this is the key and a string that you need to pass. Check info.plist, you will get it out there. What's the pattern? And at the very top, you can pass. Now we are working with the Android, so I simply need this permissions. I'll copy it up, and out here I will look for Android manifest. I'll search for it, Android manifest, and I got the file. Now out here I'll scroll to the bottom. Yeah, I already have given this permission. If you haven't given it, you can just pass the permissions out here. Alright, and also one more thing I need to pass out here, because you might be running in Android 10 or above. Then we need to pass something out here with Android colon uses clear text traffic that you need to pass, and you set it to true. If you do that up, it's going to run simply in all the Android phone, whether it is Android 10 or above. So yeah, that will be fine. This is also done. Now we need to check our variables.gradle. This is the file, and out here we need to pass play services location version, and I've got this from, just show you. If you just scroll down, this is the one that you need to pass. Alright, and this is the version that is being defined out here that you need to pass in this particular manner, the way I have shown out here. Simply need to edit out here. After that, our permissions are done. We don't need to do anything else. In case of iOS, you have to look for the info.plist and pass it out. Okay, once that will be done, we are done with the permissions. Now I can sync the project, so I'll just hit the command again and wait for it to finish. Alright, so this is done. Now what we are going to do, we are going to press syncing, because we are using a plugin which is of Cordova. So we need to go to our app.module.ts, and out here I'll scroll down, and in the provider section, well, out here we pass the plugin which we have used, which is location accuracy, particular manner. Alright, I'll hit enter, and it is imported, but the importing is not correct, I think. Well, this is an import and I don't think it's correct. Let's just check it out here. I'll just scroll down, and this is the import that we need. /ngx should be added. Copy it up and have it out there. Now you can see the error is gone, right? Everything is working fine. Now with this, I also need a server, because every time I don't want to repeat the things, because we are going to use the dry rule. Do not repeat yourself. So for that, I will have a service. So Ionic Service, within our services folder, I'll create a global folder, and within that I'll name the services global. And I think we can keep this storage service also within that. Let me do that up. So I'll go within the services and the storage service. Let me cut this and have a folder out here. I'll name it as storage, and within this I'm going to paste it up. Alright, now once I did that, I think there will be few changes wherever we are using storage. So let's check it out. I think in the intro we are using that up. Yes, we do. So services/storage out here, and in the login also I think I'm using that up. And in fact, what I'll do is I'll search directly this one. If I search this part, definitely I'll get it where all it's being used. Okay, it is not coming up out here. Let me just check it out here. You'll find it auth screen page, type script, sign in, sign up. I'll get it. No, it's not present out here. Where am I using that? Let's check the auth service. I think might be using it out there. Let me check it out. Yes, we do. /story. Error is gone. And let me check the guard also, whether I'm using it out there or not. No, I'm not using it out here. So I think the errors are sorted. I think out there. Got this. Alright, in the intro guard also. What's wrong? Yeah, I need that out here. Well, out here I need to pass storage again. Spell wrong. Yeah, now it is fine. All the errors are gone, I think. Correct. I'll remove everything which are not needed. In fact, I'll close all of it. Now our global service is also created, and let's check it out. What's there we need to do. Now I'll paste some code out here, and then I'll explain you up. So I pasted some code. Now let me explain you. So first of all, what I have done is in the constructor, I have injected this particular plugin which we will be using for the location accuracy. So this way I have injected and I have imported it. Alright, from ngx. Let me just hide, then it's gonna be fine. Yeah. And then what all things I have out here, I have created a function which I have named it as enable location, which will help us to enable the location using location accuracy, and where I am using async await try catch. So in that particular function, I have created a constant called can request, which is of type boolean because it's going to give us true or false. So out here I'm just checking location accuracy can request, whether it can request or not. And if you want to know more about it, it's pretty simple. You can go out here, and if you just scroll on, okay, it is not showing out here, then what you can do is you can go to this GitHub link, and out here I'll search for can request, scroll down in this particular menu, I'll just click on it, and this is the one. What does it do? So you can read out here about can request, alright, and how it is being used. Just check out here, this is the way it is being used. That's what we are going to try out here. So like I said, it's going to check whether we can request for location accuracy or not, and if we can, then we are simply going to request, alright. So this is going to return either true or false, and we will see in the console what it is actually giving us. Then if it is true, that means we can request, then we are simply going to request it up. And out here I have passed request priority high accuracy. That means we are going to look for the proper accuracy. That means it is almost to the exact position. Otherwise it's going to give us some like 10-meter radius difference or somewhere or the other. So we don't want that difference. We want that difference to be reduced to like 0.101 or something like that. That is why we need to give the high accuracy. Don't want that, then you can simply remove it. Alright, and I'm simply returning true. I am getting the result out of it. That means it's going to request for enabling the location, and we will get some pop-up in our system. And that is why when we get that, I'll simply return true. That means this work is done. Otherwise I'm going to throw an error. And out here also, if this is false, this can request is false, then I'm simply returning false out. Okay, then this gate current location I have created for the gate current position using our geolocation, which we have already implemented in our home page, but I will do everything from the service, and also I'll change it out there in the home page too. Similarly, for the request permissions also I have done the same. I have created another function using this promise. Alright, that is how we have done. We need to return this particular thing, and out here also I've done the same. I'm returning this particular thing so that it will be a promise, and then when we get the coordinates, I'm simply returning that up. Otherwise, I'm throwing that error. So it threw an error, which we are going to catch that up out there. Alright. Similarly, out here also we have done the same. Just the promise part is being done, nothing else. So this is the whole thing that I have done in the global service. Now it's time to implement it at first in our home page. So I'll go to the home page, and out here, instead of this particular thing, what I'll do, at first I need to inject my service. Otherwise I'm going to get some error. So out here, I'll inject it up. Private, or you can have public also. It's completely up to you. Storage, not storage, global, and global service and wall, and I'll import it up from the suggestion which I got. And it got imported, right? So everything is fine out here. Now I can directly use that up. So instead of this particular thing, I will have this dot global dot gate current location. That's what we did, right? And everything will be same. We don't need to change a lot of stuff. Similarly, for request permission, instead of geolocation, I'll have this dot global dot request location permission. That's all. And I will remove this geolocation. Also, do I need to do anything else? No, I don't think so. No errors are occurring as of now. So this is done in our home page. So now we need to go to the popover component, where we are going to implement, when you click on that enable location, we are going to implement that up, the functionality for that. And I'll open it up. Let's go to the HTML, and out here, instead of this particular thing, I will have enable location function. Move this particular thing, and I will have this function out here, enable location. Alright, we will have that functionality, but before that, in fact, I'll do one more thing. This may popover function, I'll create one where you can pass some data also if you want, otherwise fine. And I'll simply have this particular thing out there. Alright, and I'll pass the data. If there is no data, it's simply going to dismiss. Not a problem. And I'll call this function directly out here, this dismiss popover. Alright, that will be a much appropriate thing to do. And similarly, in the HTML also, I'm going to replace it up out here with dismiss popover. Alright, so this is fine. This is done. Now in the TypeScript, I need to work with this particular function. Now before working with the functionality, I just want to do one more thing out here, which is we need to inject our global service. For that, in the constructor, I'm going to have it out here, private global service. and it is imported, right? Now within this enable location, I'm going to paste some code and I'll explain you what I have done out here. I have passed out here async because I'm using await out here, and this one will be dismiss popover. Alright, okay, it's dismiss popover, spelling is wrong, dismiss. Alright, now it is corrected everywhere, right? Okay, let me explain you the thing what I have done out here. So at first, what am I going to do? I'm going to call for the permission. If there is no permission, then it's going to request the permission. Alright, and that's what I'm going to do out here. I'm going to call the global request permissions, location permission that we have created for getting the permissions. Alright, after that, if that location is permission is granted, then we are going to move ahead and we are going to enable the location. For that, I'm going to call the global.enable location, which is present out here. Let me just open up the global service, and this is the one that I'm calling, which is for the location accuracy. Alright, and earlier on I called up this function which is for requesting the permissions, alright, which we have already implemented in our home page. So now in our popover component, we have done for the enable location, and if there is a status, well, there can be a lot of status that is being provided, and we can even console that up. Let me do that up. Console log. I will log this stat. I'm already logging out there. Maybe let me check it out. Out here, I'm already checking for the console, so I don't think it's needed out here. So I'll simply remove it. Let it be as it was earlier. Okay. And once we have a status, then we are simply going to get the current location. All right. And at last, I'm going to dismiss with the coordinates. So we can have the coordinates in our home page. Let's check it how we have that up. The popover, when I'm dismissing that up, what am I doing? Yes, out here I'm going to get the data, and this will be the console log, which will be called when I have the data, right? And when I have the data, what am I doing out here? Request geolocation permission. So I need that. Okay, actually the thing is that if I don't think I need that. Let me just comment it up, because if we have some data, we are not going to comment that. We are not going to call our geolocation permission because we have already implemented it out there. If you don't want to implement that out there, then you can simply have it out here also. That will save your time if you want to. But I think that is fine, whatever we have done. And we are already consoling that up. So out here you can call your geocoder to get the address of it. If you want that up, let me know in the comment section. I'll make a separate video on that, because for that we need to call our Google Maps also. To integrate the Google Maps, then we can call the geocoder. That's the whole stuff. So out here, let me just comment it up. We know geocode. Geocode, let me write in that manner. Alright, so I think everything is fine. Let's check it out here. I don't think it's going to work out here because we are using a plugin of Cordova which doesn't work with the web. If I click on it and let me open it up in the console log, as you can see, not implemented on web. So we need to implement it on our actual device. So let me connect my actual device. I think my actual device is already connected, and out here I'm going to sync up everything at first. Ionic sync Android. So now this is done. After that, we need to open this up in our Android Studio. So Ionic open Android. Alright, the Android Studio is opened up automatically and it's going to do all the functionalities. So we have to wait for a while until it get everything rendered up. I think it's done over. I think everything is ready. And let me just check my device. Not showing up out here. Why? Alright, I have enabled the USB debugging mode out here. Now I think it's gonna be visible. Yes, it is visible. And I think I'm using Oppo, this particular version. I think it is Android 6 or something like that. Maybe. Let's run it about here. Alright, everything is done. I think it is now installing in my device. Let's wait for it to complete and then we can work on it. Well, I think it is now ready. Alright, let me show you guys. For that, I'll open up the browser and let's go for the Chrome inspect. That's why it is good to do with particular Android phone. Come up quickly. I'll click on inspect. Let's get everything ready as I'm opening it for the first time. So I will have this particular intro screen, and now we don't get any errors related here. Clear text traffic because we have already done that up. Now I'll clean up everything. Let me cut this and have it again. Okay, I'll not clean this time. I'll have it. So I'll just swipe and click on let's start working. Login now here. Alright, I'm ready. I'm ready with the credentials and it's logged in actually, but out here it is stopped and it is asking me for deny and allow. No? Let me allow it up. Okay, it's back again. Well, I don't know what's happening today. Well, I'm logged in, and because my location is on, because I hit on allow, that is why it is not showing up me up out here. In your case, it might ask while using the application. You can use anyone, whichever you like. I'll switch off the GPS and I'll close the application one. Will open up again. So I have to remove it and I'll open up the application again, but I have to be really quick to click on that enable location. Just check it out because we have to click on that particular pop-up. So I'll be little quick. I have got the enable location. I'll click on that and it is showing me up continue turn on location device with Google location service. So I'll just hit OK. It's not showing up anything out here. I just want to show you guys how it is actually performing. Alright, it is connected now, and what I'll do again, I'll open up the application. The application is opened up, it's opening up a bit of time, and as soon as it opens up, I'll click on enable location, okay, because it will stay for particular time period only. And out here, I just clicked on enable location, and out here I'm getting to continue turn on device location with Google look service. I'll hit OK, and as soon as I hit OK, happening out here I'm getting the coordinate. Alright, so as you can see, okay, the data is undefined. Well, I think I should try it again, show you properly. Otherwise, I've switched off the geolocation GPS. I'll open up the application again. We have it for 8 seconds, so I have to be little quicker. Alright, coming up, hit on inspect, it's gone. Enable location is gone. What to do now? To open it up again, it's very difficult to show each and everything. I have a little less time. Okay, the application is opened up but still not showing out here. So I'll click on enable location and I'll wait for it. I've not enabled the location as of now. So as of now, we are out here. Alright, we have our data undefined because the download, right? We have quest also, and out here the code granted, everything out here. Now I'll enable the location, and now this is enabled. As soon as I clicked OK, it is coming up. Okay, the dismiss was done because we were dismissing it. It was 8 seconds, so it's going to dismiss automatically. That what happened out there. Alright. That is why out here in the data, where was it? Yeah, in the data it was showing undefined because I have sent out there in the ng on it we have set timeout. That is why it was a particular manner. And out here we have our geolocation. We have the particular coordinates as you can see out here, right? And in the data, well, I'll be getting this particular coordinate. So I just click on it. Let's see where it redirects us to. This is the one that is showing up, but this won't be called because it is already dismissed, so we cannot call it out. So I think it's better if we do this functionality directly into our application. That means in the home page. So what I'll do, I'll change this particular thing a bit. So out here in the popover component, I'll simply remove this functionality from here. I'll just cut this, and out here, well, I'll keep it as the earlier one only. This should be dismiss popover, and I'll pass true out here. Alright, once this is done, I'll do the normal thing which we were doing earlier on. Out here, instead of this particular functionality, well, I'm going to call this particular function out here. Alright, well, this is not needed, remove it. Okay, and out here, if we have some data, then I'm going to call this enable location. Fine, this is okay. Finally, in our popover component, we don't need this particular global service anymore. I'll remove it from here also. Alright, so I've shown you both the ways. Okay, now the last thing is to try it again. For that, I need to sync this project again and open it up. So let it sync. Then I will open it up again and run it again, and I'll show you up. Alright, now I'll open this up in Android Studio again. I think everything is set up, and I'll hit on the run button because my device is showing up. Alright, the application is launched. Let me open up the browser quickly and I'll open it up. Okay, the location is already enabled as of now. I'll drop PS and I'll close the application and rerun it again. Let me open the application and see how quickly it comes out here. Let's wait for it. Alright, it is opened up out here. I'll click on enable location. Meanwhile, it is opened up out here also. And as of now, I have just clicked on the enable location, but I have not initiated it up. So now I'll click on allow it. Yes, location services. I'll hit on OK and let's see what happens. I have hit it OK, and you can see request successful. We are getting the native geolocation and object. Everything's working fine out here, and in response it is giving us the coordinates, as you can see out here, right? So we have the coordinates and timestamp. and if I click on it, well, it's going to open up this particular function, enable location, which is into our home page, right? So it is working pretty nicely. Now we can work with that pretty easily. I think this is working pretty fine. What else do we need to do? Well, let me show you can request. Yeah, in can request we are getting 1. Okay, and what else do we see? Well, this is for the request form. What do we have out here? Course location granted, location granted. That's what we have out there. We have seen the can request. So I think everything we have seen, how actually it is working. So that is how we can enable the location. We are getting the coordinates, right? You can work with these coordinates as you like. Like I said, you can work with the geocoding, and if you want that, let me know in the comment section. I'll make a separate video where we are going to create with the Google Maps and the geocoder. Alright, so not actually the geocoder, I think reverse geocoder we have to use. Whatever it is, we'll look into all of it. Alright, so if you like this video, please hit the like button, do subscribe to the channel. So there is a subscribe button that is hovering up, which is in red. Make it gray if you haven't done that as of now, and click on the bell icon to get all the notifications whenever I am launching a new video. If you do that up, you're going to enjoy all these videos for free of cost, and that will help the channel grow. So with that being said, I'll wrap up this video out here. Thank you very much for watching this video. See you guys next time.